Hi everyone, here is Giganto Gaming and welcome back to a brand new video. Today I will make my character prediction of Wave 6 of the Mario Kart Deluxe Booster Course Pass. Without further ado, let's get into it. So for this prediction, I will use a tier list in multiple categories. Those are the very likely, possible, and not likely categories. One criteria have to be respected. It's a must. This criteria is that those two characters have to be in Mario Kart Tour. Let me explain. All the new characters present in the Booster Course Pass is in Mario Kart Tour. Yes, just like the tracks. And with this, we can already kill two characters. We will see who later on. We will start with the not likely category. I decided to put first Peachette and Dr. Mario. The reason is simple. All the characters in the Booster Course Pass has been unique and recognizable to every Mario fan. Even though Peachette and Dr. Mario are popular and recognizable, they are just not unique at all. Dr. Mario is just an alt of Mario and Peachette is just studded with the Super Crown. They are just alts. The only thing that can raise their chances is that they are in Mario Kart Tour. And if Nintendo decide to also put new alt boosting characters in Mario Kart Deluxe. So they go in the not likely category. We can also put Queen Bee and Rob from respectively Mario Kart 7 and Mario Kart DS, and for one reason. Remember the criteria that all the characters within the BCP is in Tour and have to be in Tour in order to be in the Booster Course Pass? Well, this isn't the case for them. They are not in Mario Kart Tour. The most likely character between those two is Honey Queen, since she have a number of her in Mario Kart Tour. I talked more of the badge theory in one of my videos, which I will link in the description below. But for Rob, he's basically not likely at all, so I will put them in the not likely category. Sadly, I also have to put Paratroopa in it, since like Peachette and Dr. Mario, he's A, not unique enough, seriously, he's just Koopa with wings, and B, like Honey Queen and Rob, he isn't a playable character in Mario Kart Tour, though he follows the same case as Honey Queen, so he goes in the not likely category. And finishing off the not likely category is Cat and Toad. It's the same case as Peachette and Dr. Mario. You know what I mean. He's not unique at all. Even if he's in Tour, he's just an alt of Toad. He goes in the not likely category. Now let's go to the possible category. Starting up the possible category is Monty Mole. Monty Mole is a fairly known character in the Mario universe. He's in Tour, appeared in numerous Mario games, is unique in its way, is not an alt of another character, everything is right. Right? Well, one problem. We talk about the last two characters of the DLC, and Monty Mole isn't a fan favorite character at all. He's more of an obscure character compared to others. Because of this, I put him in the possible category. The other character in the possible category is Charging Chuck. It's basically the same case as Monty Mole. Even if he appeared in numerous Mario games and in Mario Kart Tour, he's an obscure choice for Wave 6 characters, and Nintendo seems to prioritize the fan favorite characters for marketing purposes, and Charging Chuck doesn't fit the fan favorite criteria, so he goes in the possible category. And we will finally talk about them. Here is the Kongs, starting with Dixie Kong. Dixie Kong exists in the Donkey Kong series since a very long time now. She is fairly known, is a fan favorite, is somewhat unique in its way, she is in Mario Kart Tour, everything could go well for her, right? Well, like I talked about the Kongs in plural, which means other Kongs could go in the Booster Course Pass. And there is, you guessed it, two Kongs that have a better chance of getting in because they are even more fan favorites than her. So I put her in the possible category. With Dixie Kong in the possible category, I decided to add SNES Donkey Kong Jr. SNES Donkey Kong Jr. appeared in the Mario Kart series in the very first Mario Kart game, Super Mario Kart, and even earlier if you count his very first appearance in, you guessed it, in Donkey Kong Jr., released in 1982. Why I decided to put him here? Well, it's because even though he's considered as a unique character, which I slightly agree, he's basically an alt of Donkey Kong or Diddy Kong. The only thing that makes him unique in Mario Kart series is that in Mario Kart Tour, he retained his 16-bit appearance. The only way I can see him is if he's on alt, or if there is more characters than just two, so I put him in the possible category. Now let's go in the likely category, starting with Nabbit. Nabbit is fairly recent in the Mario series compared to other characters, but he managed to gain a huge amount of popularity among the fans. He appeared in Mario Kart Tour along with its gold variant. He is unique, he's liked in the community. What could go wrong, you may ask? Well, even though Nabbit is liked, unique, and appeared numerous times in Mario games, there are more characters that could take his place that are older and more popular than him, so I put him in the likely category. Alongside Nabbit in the likely category is King Bob. Yes, King Bob from Super Mario 64, released, you guessed it, for the Nintendo 64. That character, well, I would never thought he would be racing alongside Mario and his friends. He's somewhat unique. Cool, part of a bomb king of the bombs. He's in Mario Kart Tour, is known in the Mario universe. He appeared in the Mario movie, for example. What could go wrong with him? Well, King Bob would be a really weird choice to add in Wave 6, since King Bob isn't so much of a fan favorite. In fact, even if he's known in our universe, he's a really obscure pick, so I decided to put him in the likely category because of this. For finishing off the likely category, I decided to put Hammer Bro. Hammer Bro appeared since the very first Mario game, Super Mario Bros. For the NES, released in 1985. He is well known in Mario series, he's not really a fan favorite. He was supposed to be Mario Kart Wii alongside Petey Piranha before getting scrapped and later on be added in Mario Kart Tour for the very first time in the series, along with his multiple variants such as Ice Bro, Fire Bro, etc. He is slightly unique, but not too much. He looks like Koopa, not gonna lie, which is not a good point. And compared to the last three characters we will talk about, he isn't that popular, so I decided to put him in the likely category. Now we're not joking, here is the very likely category, starting with Funky Kong. Yes, the one and only. The one who broke Mario Kart Wii all by himself will obviously go in the very likely category. Present since 1994 on the SNES in Donkey Kong Country, this character is a huge, I mean very huge fan favorite character that everyone wants. He definitely checks that category. He is in Mario Kart Tour, so he checks that category. Is he unique? Yeah, he is, so he can check that category. But, yeah, there is always a but, even for Funky Kong. There is only 2 places left, for 2 Kongs, and one last character which also have very huge chances of getting in. If, unfortunately, he does not get in, I see one last way for him. Remember Gold Mario? You obtain him if you finish all the base game cups with 3 stars in 200cc. Well, take those criterias, apply them to the DLC cups, and instead of having Gold Mario, you get, you guessed it, Funky Kong. That's the 2 ways I see him getting in. If sadly he don't get in a Booster Course Pass, I do think we'll get another Kong, who is also very popular, like Funky Kong. We will talk about him right now. The next character is Diddy Kong. Yes, and another Kong which have a very huge chance of being in Wave 6. Let's see what criteria he checks. Is he unique? Yes, he is certainly unique. Is he in Mario Kart Tour? Yes, of course he is in Mario Kart Tour. And is he a fan favorite? Of course he is! Just like Funky Kong, everyone wants Diddy in Mario Kart Deluxe. In fact, why isn't he the base game already? There is Donkey Kong. With Donkey Kong, Diddy is always there, so why isn't he the game? Well, I think they are keeping us waiting until they reveal him in maybe the next Nintendo Direct. We will have to wait and see. For now, in my eyes, Diddy certainly have a good chance of getting in. Well, that's it. We have our characters for the very likely category. Right?
Pauline.
Nintendo decided to make this complicated and so with, you guessed it, Pauline. So Pauline first appeared in the arcade game Donkey Kong, which includes Jumpman, the ancestor of what will become Mario. That game released in 1981. Yeah, that's very old. At first, she was forgotten since Princess Peach came out in Super Mario Bros. But many years later, in Super Mario Odyssey, she finally made a very huge comeback and everyone loved her. She became very quickly a fan favorite character and appeared in numerous Mario spin-offs, including Mario Kart Tour. So, she already checks two categories, the fan favorite and the Mario Kart Tour appearance. Only one criteria is left. Is she unique? Well, yes she is. She isn't just a copy of Peach, Daisy, or Rosalina. She has her own story, design, importance in the Mario series. She even made an appearance in the Mario movie. And another thing that should be told is that in the pipe tour image for Mario Kart Tour, we can see Pauline with a Girl suit. And if we look at her, we see that her model was changed. And it looks like it fits, let's say, a bike suit? Pauline definitely have her chances of getting in. We will see though if she makes this appearing chance of one Kong for getting in. I see you, Funky Kong. Well, that's the end of the tier list. Here are my percentages of how much chance a character will be in the Booster Course Pass. This is the end of this character prediction video. I hope you liked it. You can share your predictions in the comment section. I will be really happy of seeing them. For the next video, be sure to see the community section of my channel for seeing the ideas I have for you. Seems like I have nothing more to say, so everyone, have a good day and see you next time.